So I would do this, play it like almost like I was playing stride piano. And what did I use for my... So taking each voicing and practicing it. What is it like to approach it from
what chord are you playing right now?
I'm playing a G minor 7 there.
Okay, G minor 7.
To a C 13 with a 9th on top.
Okay.
Real standard voicing.
Got it.
And then F major 7 with a 9th.
All right, got it.
So if I was doing that exact same voicing in the key of D flat, but I'm using those voicings, like I say, this is a way to challenge the muscle memory thing. So I'll drop down here and play a root. I mean, that's a good way to do it anyway, is just to play stride left hand, because all of a sudden you've lost your bearings.
Oh, yeah.
You're not right here, and no, that just got to go there. You got to find that chord.
That's great.
Okay, so that's very useful, and that can be very useful in playing in different styles. But as an exercise, it's good because, like I say, it takes your bearings away a little bit. The next step to that could be saying, okay, I play root, and then I'm going to approach that. This is less practical from a playing situation.
So what'd you just do?
I played
D flat,
everything a half step up from that G minor 7. So really what I'm playing is an A flat minor 7. Now, you probably wouldn't do that in a stride situation, but in a, there's situations you could use it, but really that's more just kind of exercise. Although you would, in other words, between the move and the hands like that.
So would you also do that? So and then do it a half step there, and a half step there.
Yeah. So like I say, and then the C7. So I did this.
Oh, good.
You can do this.
This is going to help.
The exact same thing. It's embarrassing I have to think about this. Approaching from below.
That's going to give me control much more.
And then you can do this.
You went a half above to a half below.
And that kind of thing is used a lot, when you're playing, especially with two-handed voicings, that kind of thing of moving around like that. I didn't get the total. I made that a sharp 9, so that's not identical to, or no, because I was on the minor chord. What was I thinking? Oh, that's because I was just thinking the dominant, that's right. So I took a dominant chord, like this chord. You can even just practice moving things up half steps. But I think it's more practical. And so you could go around a circle of fifths or fourths like that, say. Now I'm going to do that exact same thing on F. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing on B flat. The first step to that, and notice I'm moving both hands down there to play that octave, which is totally unnecessary. I can play an octave just as easy in one hand. But
just moving my hands
takes the bearings away.
Yeah.
So really, just at first, just starting out, and I don't really need to be using pedal, but it gives it a nice hearing the root since I'm doing rootless voicings. Just finding that voicing. No, I didn't find it on A flat that fast, did I? And then D flat. And then B. Oops, D flat goes to G flat, and then doing the thing of should be easier.
So what are you doing now? Open voicings or something?
Yeah, now I'm doing two-handed voicing, so I'm playing, and this is what I was talking about when if you're going to play the chords with both hands, this is typically the type of voicing that you're going to want to, and that's just on that G minor 7 I'm playing. And notice both of these, we've talked about this before, the structure of voicings, 3 7 7 3. So what did I add to that? I re-added the 5th. Doesn't really add any color, but it gives it a little thickness or volume. And in the right hand, I added the 9th and the 11th. So G minor 9 11, and then I can get away with just changing one note for the C7. That becomes 3 7 9 13. That becomes the root. I can even get away with that, and I might want to move that down to the 9th when I do that. But that's what I was talking about with two-handed voicings. There's so much you can create just keeping that 3 7 7 3. I said it backwards. 7 3 3 7 7 3. Keeping that in the left hand, and then adding upper structures. And that can get you into a whole other category, like when you're creating those like I can think of this as a C7, flat 5, flat 9, but I can also just think of it as a G flat over a C7, a G flat triad. Or I can think of this as an A flat triad over a C7. I can think of this as a D flat triad over a C7, or an E flat triad. There's basically 5 of them, like over a dominant chord.
We're getting in an area that's
right.
Totally confused.
Well, it's basically as simple as this. I would write that like this. So all these structures. I mean, yeah, maybe this might be a little bit further down the line, so don't worry too much about this right now. But